Hey there, and welcome back to Live on Your Terms. This is your place for functional planning videos using my set of planners to just get more done. My name's Christina, and today I'm going to be doing my June monthly setup. So for my June monthly setup, I am using my Q2 2022 quarterly bullet journal planner, and I'll be setting up the month of June here, doing both my June at a glance and also my June 2022 calendar. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take my pages out, which will make planning a little bit easier. Alright, so I'm going to start by doing my June at a glance page. And with my at a glance page for the month, I like to set my top 3 goals. These are the 3 goals that I would ideally like to achieve for the month. And then I go ahead and set some major tasks that might help drive some of these goals to completion, or they might be additional big tasks, but they're just not a goal for the month. And then I like to put some important dates and any notes related to my goals, tasks, or the dates that I have on here. So with my top 3 goals, I am working on growing a couple of different businesses, or a few different businesses rather. So I typically like to set one goal per business stream. And with my first goal, that's really the goal that's going to take the most attention, or the business stream that'll take the most attention. The second one will get a decent amount of attention, but just not as much as the first. And then the third one is where I put my least attention. It's kind of the business that is not being worked on as aggressively right now. For the month of June, though, I am actually going to set 2 goals related to one business stream, and then the third goal related to another one. So my first goal is to automate my business, Your Money on Your Terms. And I'm just going to list some things here about what this goal means. So that means email sequences, on-demand training, and courses. So then my second goal is to go ahead and start a workshop that I'm doing. It's a live workshop series under Your Money on Your Terms as well. It's called Budget to Freedom. And then my third goal is to start a new podcast. And with this goal, it's related to my business, Go Boss Academy, but it's going to be a subsidiary of that business, if that makes sense. So those are my top 3 goals for the month, and I'm very excited about these. The thing is, these can be knocked out. I know this one's going to be at the end of the month because it has a specific date that I'm working towards, but these 2 I think I can knock out at the beginning of the month, which is really, really exciting and should mean that all of my goals are, completed, and that would give me a great start to the third quarter come July. Next, I want to look at any major tasks that I want to complete. So the first thing is to document my signature budgeting method, and I need to do that for the signature course that I want to put into this automated funnel for Your Money on Your Terms. So I want to get just really crisp on the budgeting method so that I can start using that in all of my videos, just really teaching to that method in all of my free content, and then, expounding on it in the paid course. And then my next major task is to start posting Dollar Basics podcast to YouTube, and I'm going to prioritize the ones that have done really well on the podcast, kind of the more popular ones on the podcast, and then I'll add the additional ones probably in the month of July. But looking to do just 1 episode a week in June to hopefully get us up and running. So then next I want to start my new newsletter, and this newsletter is related to my new podcast that I'm starting. So, essentially folks will be able to get the podcast episode and some additional thought exercises that go along with the podcast episode to help them do the work if they subscribe to the newsletter. I also this month want to start designing my 2023 budget planner, and I want to be able to announce the release date for those in the end of June. So it's really important that I get like the actual planner designed. I also want to do a course that goes along with the planner and a guidebook. So definitely a lot of work and content that needs to go into that. So if I get this designed in June, I'll be in a good place because most likely the planner will launch in mid-August or early September. And then finally, I need to design my Q3 bullet journal planner so that I'm ready to go come July. So then I want to go ahead and list out any important dates down here. So the first one that I have is on the 9th of June. I'm going to do a live workshop for my business, Your Money on Your Terms. And that is my Budget Your Way Masterclass. And then on the 14th, this is when registration closes, and that's for Budget to Freedom, the live workshop series that I'm going to be doing. And then on the 20th, that is when Budget to Freedom goes live. And then finally on the 27th, I want to announce the 2023 budget planner release date. Alright, so then I just want to put a note about automating Your Money on Your Terms. Really, I want to go ahead and get this fully automated. I went ahead and got Kajabi set up. If you saw my last weekly plan with me, I mentioned getting Kajabi set up for Your Money on Your Terms. I absolutely love Kajabi. I used them back in 2020 for another one of my business dreams, and then recently set it up for Your Money on Your Terms. It is literally, like, in my opinion, the best platform for building an online business. So if you're not familiar with Kajabi, definitely check them out. It's amazing. But I got that set up, and I really want to be able to put this business kind of like in the background, you know? I don't want this to be my primary business anymore. I actually want to be able to bring Go Boss Academy into being my primary focus starting in Q3 and into Q4 and next year. So this is a way that I'm going to do so, and I'm also changing the way that I'm doing content over there for Your Money on Your Terms so that I can put more attention and focus onto Go Boss Academy. But then I also color coded my page here because I love to color code. It helps me to easily see if I am focusing my time and tasks on the primary areas that I should be focusing on. Looking at this, I can definitely tell that Your Money on Your Terms is definitely the primary focus still, with all of the dates being related to that and my first two goals. But then I also see that Go Boss Academy and this new subsidiary of it is a pretty big focus too. So definitely looks like things are in line. So the next thing that I like to do is my calendar spread. Now with my calendar spread, I like to put the major dates that I put on my at a glance, but then I also like to use my calendar to determine some like milestone dates in order to achieve the bigger dates. I also like to put any reoccurring tasks and anything else that kind of crops up for the month. I'm going to start by doing my key down here so that I know what color goes to what business stream. Alright, so I have the different streams down here. So the first one is Your Money on Your Terms, and that is always this teal color. Next I have Go Boss Academy / this new subsidiary of it, and that's going to be that yellow goldy color. Then I have Dollar Basics, which is the podcast for Your Money on Your Terms, but they are separate business streams. And then I have Live on Your Terms, which is this channel here, which is not specifically tied to a business. It is separate at this time. However, I am planning on changing the name of this channel so that it can be associated to a business stream and make more sense for me and the flow of my time. So more to come on that. I'm definitely excited about it. So I'm going to start by putting the major dates that I had from my At a Glance. So the first one is my live Budget Your Way masterclass, and I like to put like the cloud bubble around the major events or the ones that were on the At a Glance page, because it just makes it easier for me to know which ones are like the hard dates. So I will put that there, and I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of them. Alright, so all 4 of those major dates have been added, and now I'm going to add any reoccurring tasks, and those will be things like my podcast episodes, any consistent planning videos that I want to do for the month, and things like that. Alright, so all of my reoccurring tasks are on here for the month of June. And then let me see if there's any important dates that I need to add kind of as milestones. I definitely know that I need to update my slides for this masterclass so that I'm ready to go. So I want to have that done by Tuesday. In order to be able to announce the 2023 budget planner, I need to have the concept, good to go by Friday the 24th. So that would be like the latest that I need that done, but ideally I can get it finalized earlier in the month, but I'm going to put the 24th as, when I want the concept completed. Alright, and I think that is it. That's all I'm going to put on here, and then anything else that comes up I will add throughout the month. So then the last thing I want to do is go ahead and color code. Start the month of June and just close out the second quarter of the year strong. I hope that you enjoyed watching me go through and plan for the month of June 2022. Definitely let me know in the comments below if you've gone ahead and did your June monthly setup as well. I'd love to hear about that. Make sure you get subscribed if you're interested in more functional and productivity based plan with me's. I just love showing the process that I use as a online entrepreneur who has multiple business streams going on and a really busy life going on too, and how I just juggle and manage everything to follow my passions and increase my income along the way. So definitely subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!